All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back, man. UFC Fight Night Paris, Imavov versus Borralho. I know I did not post last week. I'm sorry to the few fans I have, but I just let the time slip away from me, work and school, but I'm back. All right. But I just want to recap that one real quick. Obviously, I picked Zhang Ming Yang. I didn't make a picks video, but I did pick Zhang Ming Yang. I feel like everyone fucking did. And Johnny Walker got the upset. I did pick Aljo. I did pick Sergey. Um, Well, there was one. Oh, the early prelims or the prelims were more surprising. I actually did pick Mahashate, and he lost to Gid Young. I lost to. I picked. I did pick Charles Johnson because I knew it's not. It's. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I knew there were holes in Loner Kavanaugh's game that Charles was gonna exploit. I just, if it stayed standing, Charles was eventually gonna get the KO. He's just really, really fucking good on the feet, like insanely underrated. And and I obviously picked Michel Pereira. I don't know anyone who picked Kyle Dawkins, so I mean, good for him, man. The Dawkins dogs are back, man. But let's get into this one here in Paris, man. Let's get into these prelims. So I'm gonna go with Sean O'Bannon, Sam Hughes. I'm actually gonna go with Sean O'Bannon. I believe. I've been seeing some. I know. Let's not go with I believe, but I think she's good enough on the ground to where if she gets taken down, especially like if she gets head kicked again like she did against Puja, I think she can use her jiu-jitsu, implement her jiu-jitsu game really well, and hopefully get a submission. So I'm actually picking Shauna Bannon by finish against Sam Hughes. Next, Andreas Gustafsson, Renat Vakretinov. I'm going to go with Renat, honestly. He's got a good gas tank. He's got a fucking chin on him. We've seen him slow people up against the cage with his clinch work time and time again. It's very, very good. It's very like it's not a super exciting game plan, but it works. It works for him. So I think if he's comfortable, he'll stand there and trade. He'll stand there, get some takedowns. If he's not, then he's gonna hug him against the cage, which Andreas Gustafsson also did in his debut. I just think I've seen Renat Vakretinov do it more, so I'm just gonna trust him to do that part better. Next, Robert Brychek versus Brad Tavares. Man, oh man, honestly, I'm gonna go with Brad Tavares, dude. Honestly, he has been losing a little more than normal in his at this point in his career. Actually, no, I can't go with Brad Tavares to be honest, because of the fact that he has been losing more. He had a run at one point, then he became evolved into a win one lose one kind of guy who could maybe string two wins together every year and a half or so, but Robert Brychek, man, I think he's got good striking. He's got good patience. He's not gonna. If he tries to go for a takedown on Brad Tavares, he's not gonna be able to get it. But it leaves openings on the feet for him to get another TKO on Brad Tavares. Brad Tavares was TKO'd recently. I believe he was TKO'd against RoboCop at the beginning of last year. So, I mean, it wasn't like a long time ago. It was recent. So the chin is ready for him to. The chin is ready to be checked. You know what I'm saying? Sam Patterson, Trey Waters. We'll go with Sam Patterson. I think Sam Patterson's really, really good. He freaking proved me wrong against Danny Barlow last time. I'm going to freaking doubt this dude. I think Trey Waters is also pretty good, but I think Sam Patterson's significantly better. Rise McKee, Alex Solo. I'm going to go with Rise McKee. He finally got his win in the UFC. I believe it was earlier this year, but he's consistently had close fights. He's durable. He can strike really well. He can grapple really well. I think he's pretty well rounded. He's just, I don't know. I think he just came up against the guys who are slightly better than him. But I think now he's got all the confidence in the world following his win, and I'm trusting him to get this one done. Ante Deliha versus Marcin Tybura. I'm going Marcin Tybura. Come on, bro. This guy, all he does is KO. I mean, not KO. All he does is fucking fraud shake people. The Janata Deniz one had everyone fucking shit in their pants. I picked Marcin Tybura to win. I was very, very satisfied with that pick. He's just too good, man. There's a reason why he's been such a name at heavyweight for a long time. He can't necessarily beat the guys in the top 5, which is fine, but he can pretty much beat everyone else. So next one, Umar Sy, Brenton Ribeiro. Oh, man, Umar Sy disappointed everybody with his last performance against Menifield earlier this year. It was a non-performance. It was a very, very slow-paced fight with really nothing happening. Just some point fighting, some shots at range, and Manyfield eventually just got the win, which is great for Manyfield, but it was very, very disappointing. Brenson Ribeiro, I mean, I dude, all I'm gonna say is like Umar Sai better fucking bring it, dude, because Brenson Ribeiro, he's gonna be in there. He's gonna be in there looking to fight. He's gonna pressure Umar Sai, and I think that's the kind of fight Umar Sai was expecting against Manyfield, because we've seen Manyfield just charge into people and get KO'd like as against Azamat Mirzakhanov and Carlos Oberg. I think that's what he's expecting. So if Brenson Ribeiro has that game plan, then Umar Sai should be able to implement his game plan with some dirty boxing and get a nice KO for himself in the French crowd. So I'm gonna go with Umar Sai for that matter. William Gomez, Robert Ruchala. William Gomez, man. Man. Who was the one that got cut? I always get him confused with Taylor Lapilus. I'm gonna go William Gomez, and he's proven us a lot, all of us wrong as well. He had a very good win over Carlos Diego Ferreira last year at UFC Paris. I think it was slightly controversial, but I mean a win's a win, and he proved us all wrong. I think he's good. He's good at stalling. He's good at laying on the ground. He's good at clinching. He's good at striking at range. He's really good at avoiding like a crashing in like kind of opponent. I'm just gonna trust him to keep his range. I'm also gonna trust him to get a boring decision. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm trusting him to get a boring decision, William Gomez style, and yeah, Let's get to the main card. Let's get to what really matters here. Losine Keita, Patricio Pitbull. I'm gonna go with Losine Keita, man. Honestly, Patricio Pitbull is an old Bellator bum. All right. I don't know what that says about Dan Ige. I don't want to say Dan Ige's a bum, but losing to him was that was just such a non-fight. Like honestly, just fuck that fight. That was like one of the worst fights, and I had the misfortune of having to see it live because it was at 318 on the main card. I just don't believe in this dude. He's too old. He's I guess he's kind of durable, but he's not fast, and I think he knows that he's not fast enough to really go to like charge ahead and go in the pocket with some people. So he just tries to do his little point game, and if someone crashes into him, then maybe he'll try and get off a good counter. But I think Losine Keita is really, really good, man. And he's an Octagon champion, which is great. Octagon is actually a pretty damn good fucking European regional promotion with some crazy fights and some really, really good fighters. Like not like Bellator, not like PFL. I'd say those guys are probably pretty dangerous. And it's about time we start getting some of those guys in the UFC. So I'm gonna go with Losine Keita. Kawe Fernandez, Fares Ziem. I'll go with Fares Ziem. I don't even know why he's fighting Kawe Fernandez. Fares Ziem should honestly be getting a ranked opponent. I think it's a little ridiculous, but there's just so many guys who are waiting for ranked opponents. So I can understand why, but I think he could fight better comp than Kawe Fernandez. This should be an easy win for Fares Ziem. Great grappling, great striking, great clinch work, very tall, very rangy. And the motherfucker's tough as shit, dude. Mike Davis like ripped his knee apart, absolutely obliterated his knee, and I don't even think he like squinted his eyes in pain. The dude's fucking nuts, man. So I'm gonna go with Fares Ziem. Modestas Bukauskas, Paul Craig. I'm actually excited for this one. I'm gonna go with Modestas. He had a very, very good win against not a very, very good win, but a good win against Ion Cutelaba. Paul Craig is not having any good wins, and he's getting freaking DQ'd or whatever that fucking fight ended up being, like a no contest. Like he's a jiu-jitsu guy with some very, very minimal striking. If it goes on the ground, Modestas is smart. He's gonna get up, and in the striking, Modestas is just gonna beat his ass. This should be an easy KO for Modestas Bukauskas, truthfully. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Balaji Oki, Mason Jones. Oh man, this one. Balaji Oki, he fought earlier this year, correct? Yes, he did against Michael Aswell, and that fight was actually pretty good. Michael Aswell was really in it to win it. Mason Jones fought, Jeremy Stevens. I think I'm gonna go with no. This one's actually hard. This one's really, really hard. He had a really good performance against Jeremy Stevens, but it's Jeremy Stevens. He stood in the pocket. He took his shots though, so he's got a chin. But I think they both ended up in just a freaking bloody mess in that fight. So, meanwhile, Balaji Oki, he was clearly in control of the fight. He did take some shots off of Michael as well, but it was clear that he was the one setting the pace. Oh, frick. Let's just flip a coin. Where's the coin at? This one's too hard. You guys are some pretty young bucks as well, man. This is actually a really, really good fight. No, we're not going to flip a coin. We're just going to go with Borralho. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go with Borralho. Durable, quick, great striking, good timing, patient, and can keep range from someone who's trying to crash in. Because Michael Aswell was getting desperate towards the end. He was really trying to crash into him and make something happen, and Borralho shut that shit down. Oh, wait, but I think he was starting to slow down, too, in terms of durability. Oh, I'm going to pick Mason Jones. Fuck it. Mason Jones. Next, BSD, Mauricio Ruffi. I'm going to go with Mauricio Ruffi. I think he can. I think BSD is really just going to go for takedowns. Got dominated on the ground. He knows that Ruffi doesn't have, at least as far as all of us know, really all of us, his ground game isn't as good as Moicano's. I don't think Ruffi's going to take him down, take his back, and just rain down punches on him and destroy his fucking face. I just think BSD isn't taking any chances on the feet anymore after that. After, leaving openings to get taken down or just, eventually getting pieced up and knocked out, like by Dustin Poirier. He definitely has holes in his game in terms of striking. Keeps his arms down, charges in, very not smartly, not just, I don't even know how to put it, but it's just very, very, it's like a brawler kind of style, where if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back, but you can't get hit by Mauricio Ruffi, dude. We've seen this guy fuck people up 3 times in the UFC now. I mean, he literally murdered Bobby Green. Bobby Green, not King, Bobby. I'm going to go with Mauricio Ruffi, man. I think even if BSD does get takedowns, it's not, his jiu-jitsu game isn't good enough to actually get a submission. He got it on Kyle Propolek, but I don't think it's good enough for him to get in on Ruffi. Like, these guys do train grappling. They're Brazilian. They know Brazilian jiu-jitsu. They just choose to be these insane freaking flow state strikers with insane KOs. I'm going to go with Mauricio Ruffi to honestly get a KO, but not in the first or second. I think it'll probably be a late rounds TKO. Late rounds KO, TKO. Next, Imavov versus Borralho. I'm gonna go with Imavov, honestly. In the time, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think in the time that Borralho KO'd, so let's think of their most recent fights. The ones I can mostly remember. I think it was Kyle fought Paul Craig in Rio, UFC 301. Imavov then fought Cannonier, I believe in June or May. And then Imavov fought Brendan Allen in September. Borralho fought Cannonier in November. And then Imavov fought Adesanya in February and had an amazing performance against Israel Adesanya. I'm going to say something controversial. I think Kyle Borralho is probably the worst of all the striking nerds. Carlos Prates, although he's the one with the loss, and that was very disappointing. It was against really, really high-level comp in Ian Gary, unfortunately. Whereas I don't think anyone Kyle Borralho's face has been that dangerous. And I think this is the first real challenge for Kyle Borralho, and I don't think his striking or his grappling is there. He executed a good game plan on Jared Cannonier. He honestly TKO'd Jared Cannonier at one point in the fight, but the ref let him stay in. It just, I don't think Borralho's got a chin. He can grapple. He can get takedowns. He has a great clinch game up against the fence. I feel like all those things are way better. The same tools that he has, Borralho has, but his are better. And then Borralho tries to implement any of those. Imavov is going to be able to see it coming. I think this is honestly going to be a 5-round decision war. It's not going to start off as a war. It's going to start off slow. But I think it's going to pick up. Both these guys, they pick up as fights go on. And I think if one of them feels like they're probably losing, they're really going to go for it. And the other one's going to capitalize on that urgency that the other fighter is showing. So I'm going to go with Imavov. Hopefully I get it right. Let's fucking go, man. And for us US fans, this card's actually during the day, which is nice. I don't have to stay up until fucking 1 in the morning. But I don't have to wake up early as shit either like I did last week. So this is nice. An 11 a.m. start time with a 2 p.m. Main card. I'm all over that shit, man. I'm excited for this one. Let me know what you guys think.